Welcome back to PAX Day 3. I'm Chelora and I will be your guide today throughout the convention, and I'm so excited to be here.
Hi, I'm Holly Jenka. I am the lead developer on White Knuckle, which is a game. It's a game, yeah.
All I got through was the tutorial, so if you can explain to me what the game is. It kind of made me think a little bit of like Mirror's Edge, but like with actual skill.
Yeah, it is a little bit like Mirror's Edge with actual skill. So it's a game where you control each of your hands, what you grab with left and right click. So left click for your left hand, or trigger for your left hand, right trigger for your right. And you basically are climbing through this giant mega structure, this huge facility, trying to, escape effectively. It's a roguelike, and you're constantly being chased by a ocean of human flesh.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't get to that part, so it's like, where's the scary part?
Well, it gets scarier as it goes on. It's got this sort of like Half-Life vibe to it.
Yeah. What kind of like? Is there like story involved too that we kind of like gather along the way, even though we're in like obviously a rush?
Yeah, there is a whole bunch of story. There's a kind of like narrative arc over the course of a run of a campaign of the roguelike. And then there's also lots of like notes you can find to learn a bit about the backstory of the world and like what happened and everything there.
Yeah. In terms of the roguelike, do you always start right at the beginning, or is there like checkpoints that you can kind of like? Or I guess it becomes slightly easier along the way. I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah. So you always start at the beginning, but there are a couple ways to kind of get ahead of it quicker. One thing is, as you go on, you can get floppy disks and then use those to basically create an extra life at different checkpoints. So if you die, you'll go back there, but if you die again, you'll go back to the start because it's a roguelike.
Yeah.
There's stuff you unlock, and we're working on in one of the future updates things called shortcut regions, which will let you get to later areas quicker. Stuff like that. But there's random elements, random levels, items, things like that.
In terms of like what kind of obstacles we face, I saw there's like this like what are they called, pegs?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what they're called?
Pegs.
With the hammer. You like peg them into the wall.
Oh yeah, pitons. Yeah.
Pitons, not pegs.
Hey, you know what? Peg is okay.
Yeah.
Peg is okay.
It's okay to peg.
Yeah, it's okay to peg.
What other kind of mechanics are there? And I guess for the folks at home who don't know what the hell I'm talking about, what are including the piton pegs?
Yeah, so you have a hammer. You can hammer in pitons into a wall to make a secure handhold. There's rebar you can throw to make a handhold at a distance, or throw below you to fling yourself into the air.
Oh.
There is like rope you can swing across on. There's other items like injectors that'll give you speed boosts. Pills, which will improve your hand stamina because your hands turn red over time and then you lose your grip if you hold on for too long. There's all sorts of other items, weird stuff. There's grubs you can crush to climb on any surface. There's roaches, which are the currency of the game. You pick them up and then you put them in vending machines.
I love that.
Yeah, it's very weird.
I love bugs. So.
We all love bugs.
Yeah.
We all love bugs. And so there's a lot of different sort of things that you can find as you go on, including a lot of hazards. There's lots of stuff that'll eat you.
Yeah. Love that.
Love that.
Yeah. The ever imposing ooze flesh at the bottom is with everybody else.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Why are we at the bottom of a hole or a tower or whatever we are in?
Yeah, so you're at the bottom of Substructure 17, which is a mysterious and enigmatic superstructure buried deep under the earth. Why exactly you are there, I will not spoil for your listeners quite yet, but that is something that will be revealed over time, over the course of early access, as we release more and more content in the game. But I will say there is a research institution that's set up inside of this megastructure, and they are no more. It seems like everyone that was here is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of gives me like GTFO vibes a little bit.
Definitely.
In that way, but like the other way around.
Yeah, it's the inverse of GT. Instead of going deeper down, you're trying to
get out
of the deep down. Yeah.
I'm also trying to get out of GTFO, to be honest.
It's true.
How did you Is this one of your first games or your first game?
Yeah, this is the first project that me and the other two members of my team have done at like this scale. Like we've done game jams and prototypes, and before I worked on this, I was like, my main career was in serious games, so like stuff for museums or like training things. Nothing super exciting.
Clue finders.
Clue finders, yeah.
For kids.
For kids. And so this is the first thing that like released that's like actually now more of a thing that is personal to me.
Right. How did it come about? Like, how did it start for you?
Yeah, so this was back in June of last year. One of my friends who's also working on the game suggested we do a climbing game. And then I was like, oh, what if it's like a climbing horror experience? And we all kind of like put our heads together, and I came up with a movement system, and it just rapidly snowballed from there. And then in October of last year, 2024, we entered the game into the Indie Horror Showcase run by Dread XP. We got in. That was huge for us. And then through that, we met Hunter, who happened to live in the same town as us in New Mexico, who runs Dread XP.
Right.
And that helped a ton.
Yeah, it just went from there.
It just went from there, yeah. And since January, I've been working on it full time, which is amazing.
Yeah, I love that. Well, I'm really excited to try it, even though I'm probably going to be really bad at
It's
it.
okay. Everyone is bad at it at the start.
Exactly. That's the point of a roguelike.
That's the point of it. And there's like, in White Knuckle, because it has such a unique movement system, there is like a learning process. And what people tell me, and like what I've seen when I've watched streamers or people play it, is like there's a point where like they're like struggling, and then like it clicks, and then they're able to start like really progressing and really moving. Like something inside it just changes, and they understand it.
I'm personally very excited for speedrunning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything that you put into the game specifically for speedrunners?
Absolutely. So there's when you beat the campaign or when you die, you get like a score readout of like everything that you have sort of completed. And there's like a timer and stuff already built in. Speedrunners are going crazy with the game. Like, I think the average person to get to the end of the current early access content, like in terms of like one run, is maybe like 30, 40 minutes. Like speedrunners have run it in like 10 minutes.
Right.
And if you watch videos of them play, it's like crazy to see. They're flying through. Yeah, they're like little monkeys.
Yeah. They love their momentum physics.
They love their momentum physics, and there's a lot of stuff we've put in the game to like make sure every mechanic has like multiple ways you can use it at like the basic level, and then like advanced levels where you can really start to fly.
Yeah. Well, I'm really excited to see that myself.
Yeah.
When are we expected for the release?
Yeah, so it came out in early access on the 17th of April this year. How long it's going to be in early access, we have internal ideas of like how long we think and our sort of general roadmap. We probably won't make an official announcement until sometime early next year, maybe. Just because like we don't want to say it now, and then like if something changes, it's like, well, sorry.
We don't want to demon school it twice.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Love demon school, no shade.
Yeah, no shade. So we'll make the announcement for the release as we get closer to 1.0.
Well, excellent. Thank you so much for talking with me.
Yeah, thank you for interviewing.
Thank you.